Also from the benefits of this hadith is acting on what is apparent. And even if one is wrong in acting upon what is apparent, they are not classed as a liar, and they are not classed as giving or slandering or doing Gheebah of others. And the evidence for that, or the point of reference for that, is where the man came up to the Prophet ﷺ and said, "I am destroyed." And the Prophet ﷺ didn't correct him, even though he was not destroyed. There are many other instances as well from the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. For example, there was a man who was a muhajir, and he witnessed Badr, so he was from the cream of the Sahabas, and his name was Hatim ibn Abi Balta, and he feared for his family because he had done hijrah, but his family was still remaining in Mecca. Now he feared for them because of torture and because of the oppression that the Quraysh were doing to the Muslims. So he thought that if he was to inform the Quraysh of the plans of the Prophet ﷺ, then his family would be spared. Now Umar radiallahu anh classed this man as being a hypocrite, and he asked the Prophet ﷺ if he could chop his head off. However, the Prophet ﷺ excused this man, and he realized that this man was under a form of duress. So the apparent that Umar went upon was not rebuked by the Prophet ﷺ. So here as well we have an evidence that acting upon what is apparent doesn't necessarily mean that one is a liar or that they are slandering others. And also another point of benefit, and we'll finish with this one, is that there is no Gheebah when asking for a reference or asking for a judgment or asking for a particular ruling. So you may go up to a scholar and ask him or explain or expose the faults within yourself or your brother or your sister. This, if with the intent of finding a ruling or finding the haqq, then this is not classed as Gheebah. Just as this man, he came to the Prophet ﷺ and he explained his situation, exposing himself and his family. The Prophet ﷺ did not rebuke him for this. Rather, the intent behind this was to find a ruling and to find a solution to the problem. However, Gheebah is not a small issue, and Gheebah is when you want to defame or belittle your brother or lower his rank in the presence of others. This is not permissible, and the scholars have stated that this is from the major sins of Islam, and it's not a characteristic of a Muslim to have bad speech and bad thoughts about others. Inshallah, in the coming audio we'll finish the Kitab al-Siyam from Umdah al-Ahkaam with this hadith, and we'll take some of the rulings from this hadith and further benefits from the explanation of our Sheikh Sa'd ibn Nasr al-Shithri. I ask Allah to make this beneficial for myself and for you. هذا والله أعلم وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.